What's good, YouTube? What's good, Twitch? It's your boy D Got Sauce, and we're back with another live stream. I got the pleasure of doing this live stream today at one of my good friends' cribs. He has his own little podcast studio. Trackle the Gemini in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Good man. Thank you for joining me today, man. I appreciate it. This is a dope setup we got here. This is a dope setup. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. It's a little different than what we're used to, but the show goes on. The show goes on. We gonna keep this thing going, and we surely do have some stuff to talk about today. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat down below. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Make sure y'all comment down below if y'all are new, and hit that subscribe button if you're rocking with your boy. We're gonna get into the topics, man. We're gonna get into the topics. We ain't gonna be here too long. You guys know how I like to do it already. I like to do it. We like short, sweet, and spicy. Hour and a half. So yeah, let's get into the show. We're gonna start it off here. The New York the New York Mayor Adams, has some nice words to say to the governor of Texas. Didn't know, and you're sleeping on the rug. The governor of Texas sent a bunch of migrants to New York because too much people in the city. Too much people. Well, now New York takes them, and they're a sanctuary city, and they got some words to say to the governor of Texas. So let's tune into the video, man, and see what's going on in the streets of New York.
Meanwhile, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who has bused thousands of migrants from Texas to the Big Apple, made a trip there himself this week. He has a very frosty relationship with New York's Mayor Eric Adams, a former police captain, who greeted the news that Abbott would be in the city to speak at a GOP fundraiser with this invitation to come stay in one of the migrant shelters.
I'm going to offer him a stay in one of the Hercs so he can see what he has created and understand how we are treating people who have shown as well. When we coordinate together, we should not displace problems to local municipalities. That is not what executives do. It is unfortunate that he made the decision to do that.
All right, that is the mayor's side of the story. Joining us now.
Before we get into what the mayor's response, how do you feel about what's going on? Honestly, I mean, this is what they voted for, and this is what they actually want in New York. New York is allowing this to happen, and they are freely saying, yo, come to New York. Pretty much, we got room for you, we got housing for you, I don't know what's going on in New York, but it's crazy. Let's see what the governor has to say.
Now from Austin is Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Governor, very good to have you with us. The event that I mentioned in New York City was a big GOP fundraiser. I'd like to begin with you by playing a piece of sound of you speaking at that event.
We made clear by contacting his office and said, we're not sending them to New York. That's Joe Biden sending them to New York. But the criticism kept coming despite our denial. So after a while, I figured, gosh, if I'm going to get the criticism, I'm going to get the credit. And thus began the busing of illegal immigrants to the sanctuary city of New York City.
Oh, I don't know. They call him Professor X. Governor X. That's what they call him.
Governor, welcome.
Hello,
That
behind.
comment and the actions that you have taken, which, really
I got
changed
it.
the game in so many ways with regard to how the rest of the country views immigration. But the mayor said that because of comments like that, you're morally bankrupt and that you're using these individuals as political pawns. What do you say to that, sir?
So the person who's actually using illegal immigrants as political pawns is Joe Biden. Joe Biden has created this open border policy that has allowed illegal immigrants into our country to appeal to and to appease the far leftists in the Democrat Party, the people like Ocasio-Cortez, in hopes of trying to win their support, while at the same time destroying the country that he's in charge of. He is the commander-in-chief in charge of national security for our country. Our country is being invaded in ways that put our country at risk because of the political games that Joe Biden has played. And Mayor Adams is just aiding and abetting that by having a sanctuary city status, welcoming in anybody from across the world to live there or stay there in New York City on the bill of New York City. And what Mayor Adams needs to do, he needs to stop talking boldly about illegal immigration and the migrants that Texas is sending there. And he needs to step up and do his own job, because look at the dangers in New York City under his watch. You have a police officer who is killed. You have the train system in New York, which is treacherous for travelers. You got police officers attacked in Times Square by illegal immigrants. He needs to step up and do his job as mayor and protect the people of his community, as opposed to gimmicks about what's going on the border.
Well, the polling clearly shows that people are very unhappy with the president's handling of this issue. President Biden's job performance.
I want to question the 30%.
But it's so good. Maybe the 30% are migrants. I don't know. I'm guessing.
What do you like about the situation?
People on the streets.
Like, and like the people that's taking.
Going through the
Yeah,
trenches.
you're putting your kids in
Risk.
serious danger.
Some kid drowned. True, that's true. The craziest part about it is that I think Biden not doing nothing to
on immigration, 67% disapprove. The border numbers are similar as well. But the president did get some good economic news this week, Governor. In the March jobs report, 303,000 jobs added. The unemployment rate in this country is at 3.8, and the jobs added number was over 100,000 higher than economists were expecting there. So take a look at this from Semaphor's publication. This is what they are arguing. The border crisis might be a boon for the economy. The daily march of migrants across the southern border has been a political curse for President Joe Biden. But for the economy, it may have turned out to be a blessing. By adding millions of new workers to the labor market, the immigration surge has lifted payrolls and growth and potentially helped keep a lid on consumer prices. What do you say to that, sir?
I'm going to give you some facts, Martha, that completely debunk that notion. For one reason why the U.S. economy is doing so well is because the Texas economy is doing so well. The gross domestic product economic growth in Texas is going twice as fast as the United States. We have the fastest growing economy of any large state in the United States. Job-wise, Texas ranks number one for the most new jobs added. So our economy and our jobs are growing faster. At the very same time, Martha, while illegal immigration into the state of Texas is going down. Illegal immigration into Texas has gone down 72% because of the resistance that we've put up. It's gone up, however, in the other border states. And so Texas is decreasing illegal immigration while at the very same time adding more jobs and growing our economy far faster than the entire country.
So give us an update on SB4 and where do you think this goes next? Because we heard you talking about quadrupling the wire at the border, and you've just cited the numbers and the drop. And that's one of the reasons that we've seen such a big rush over to California, because Texas has become tougher to handle. What do you expect next on SB4, Governor?
So oral arguments took place last week in the Fifth Circuit. There will be a decision come out, who knows when, from that court. And then there could be an appeal to the entire Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals and eventually an appeal to the United States Supreme Court. But candidly, I'll tell you this. We feel pretty good about this SB4, which is a law that authorizes Texas to make arrests. I feel good about us winning for this very simple reason. What Texas is doing is not in conflict with the laws of the United States of America. They are consistent and uphold the laws of the United States of America. There are laws on the books passed by Congress that require the president and the country to deny illegal entry, to detain anybody who comes into the country illegally, and to build border barriers. While Joe Biden has abandoned that responsibility, Texas has embraced that duty, and all that Texas is doing is enforcing laws through SB4 that the federal government has already said they want to have enforced.
So what do you think should be the ramifications for the president not enforcing those laws when it comes to the national?
Ask you this before he answers this question. What do you think they should do at these?
Sweatshops.
So give him a mop, give him a broom.
No, to be honest, like the only one.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because
That's
like
true.
jobs are down, people are being nothing good about. And blew up first thing. Baltimore
The
bridge.
bridge. Yeah.
It's like those poorly in the rink. Focus on foreigners. Like that.
We're seeing that and they're waking up to it too. Realizing that just because we've been voting Democrat for so long.
Which is very interesting, right? Because black people, right? Well, they're respected countries. They're
Exactly.
like from everything that like people in Haiti do, redneck and Republican. But as soon as it comes to America,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
it's crazy.
Which is very because there's nothing about a Haitian that align with the Democrat Party automatically falls into.
So strange, and I don't know if it's like something that they like generationally, and in America only, obviously, because outside of America, Africa is not like this. Haiti's not like this.
There's nothing that America does that we would
Prove up. No,
and it's like Caribbean is extremely religious. So a lot of the things that the Democrat stands for, that country that'll be like, oh yeah,
exactly. Yes, it's very strange. It's very strange, but we'll see what's gonna happen. I think this November, it's going. We looking more like Trump on this side. Not gonna
Security
lie.
of the country, Governor.
I mean, candidly, because he is in direct violation of
With
laws
Trump.
passed by Congress. I don't know if
Yes.
it's criminal, but there's definitely a
I
civil
miss
action
those days.
that should be taken. But because of the dangerous threats posed to our country by his actions, this is reason for his job termination, which is exactly why he should be fired by the American people this November.
All right.
I believe that is exactly what is going to happen, man. I think it's going to be a new president. I think that Biden doesn't really have a chance anymore. Honestly, I think he's just too old. He's fumbling his words. They need a new face in the Democratic longest time.
I don't even know how he even got elected. Anything, it shows how racist America is. If you know what I mean, it's like dude has said the hard R. I've never once heard Trump actually say that. Like, of course, his words aren't the nicest, but it's not
Yeah.
that disrespectful. Like,
To where we're
Yeah.
like, automatically he's racist.
yeah,
I mean,
it's like
might not like the Mexican border, let's be honest here,
Yeah.
but
but he still has business in Mexico. He says something. Oh, like I mean,
exactly.
everybody has the right to talk shit. But
It's a fact. Hey, let us know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. It's very interesting what's going on with these migrant crises, and I heard that the migrants they're gonna be the new voting class. Heard that too. See,
longer need black people.
you don't need black people, you don't need Hispanic people, you just need migrants. You don't need well, y'all run the world still, so main majority.
The poll of right now. So it used to be black, and then so it's like blacks and Asians. Blacks have decreased. After 5 years of this, it's yeah. So
I
like
can see
whites
that.
will be minority.
Hey, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Yeah, let us know how y'all feel about that down below. We're gonna get into the next topic. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Are y'all enjoying the show? Let us know. Let us not, you know, let us know. I hope you guys are having a great day though. It's been a very productive day for me and Chris, of course, but we just been it's been working, man. We on grind mode. We're on all gas, no brakes this year. Everybody is on the same mindset. This important. We're trying to be great. We're trying to spread love and spread the truth at the same. What we here to do. That's our. We're gonna keep doing. There's so much stuff though. So much stuff that's been going on in the streets, and you know, I don't like talking about this stuff, but we have to talk. This comes down to the crime. This is the part of the show where, you know, the happiest part of the show because going out there on the streets. Crime, people getting stabbed, people getting robbed. And the majority of the crime, guess what color skin they are.
People. I mean,
Yeah.
but all respect to like
Of
everybody
course.
else, but it's just like winning. Like one thing
Yeah.
people some is
Mhm.
we have lost more people. Or like notice more wrongful doing and wrong.
Very, very interesting. And I like to cover this stuff because, a lot of people like to say, oh, you know, white man's fault. It's
So,
white supremacy did this to us. Slavery did this to us. But at some point in time, we got to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, oh, that was a black teenager that just shot. That was a black man that just stabbed that black man. And sometimes it's over little stuff that.
things that means a shot over guac over avocado.
What?
It's like, are you for real?
Like this is why yes, absolute trash.
Yeah. Like we embrace all the wrong things. Like I mean,
Let's
like
just flip it.
yeah, it's
Let's
like
just flip it.
or like POC, like BIPOC language, like proper, like we want to like
Rap music.
yeah. How is this a win? Like I mean, like
Glorifying gangsters on this side, man. But this is the next video we're gonna get into. It's talking about. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it's that New York cop that got shot doing a traffic stop. The cops are now on news, and they just wanted to little a little update on what we could possibly do as the people to help out the situation. Like, let's tune into the video and see what's going on in the streets of New York.
Well, as the city continues to mourn the death of NYPD officer Jonathan Diller, shot in the line of duty last week, New Yorkers remain concerned about that and other recent high-profile crimes.
Joining us now are NYPD's Chief of Patrol, John Schell, and Deputy Commissioner of Public Information, Tariq Shepard, on what's being done to address these concerns. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So at the hearing for these two guys who were involved in the killing of Detective Diller, it was revealed in the prosecution that one of them had said, I shoot people. I mean, you look at his rap sheet, he had 14
Yes,
prior
Proud Family.
arrests. Without bail reform, can anything be
You
done
look like
to
the
keep these
peanut head
criminals
from
from going back on
Proud
the
Family.
streets?
Well, they shouldn't have been in that street that day. This should never have happened. You had two convicted felons. One of them, the driver, had a gun arrest, so he was out on indictment. He shouldn't have been out in the street. His partner shouldn't have been out in the street, but they were. And these are the conversations we have to have, because we had a slain officer, one of our young and brightest and best, who's now with us for doing his job and doing it well.
And we saw a tremendous outpouring of support for Officer Diller, his family, his 1-year-old son. We're just, incredible how distraught people were about this. What do you think that says about the general viewpoint of New Yorkers, their safety, et cetera?
Yeah, first of all, I think most people do support the police and understand the work that they do and how hard it is and how unselfish it is to take a position like this and try and literally go out, leave your own family to help others. But in terms of just the whole recidivist issue, we have to put the victims first. And when you say, what can we do? We have to think about them first. Most New Yorkers are not against giving people a second chance, but let's think about the victims first.
Yeah. Random attacks happening in Central Park now. It's scary to be out there. I mean, what do you say to the people who are wondering, why do you think we're seeing these kinds of incidents?
Well, first of all, there's the numbers, right? Crime is down. Crime is down last year. Crime is down this year. We caught our transit crime is down. Those are numbers. I think what you're alluding to perception and what they see, high-profile events, at high-profile locations.
Yo, I don't agree with that either. That's what they're saying. Must be like
New York.
Yeah, New York. This must be some type of made up statistic that they seen on Google or something. Because
about the town of New York.
Exactly, the city
New York
is
and
full
Chicago
of crime.
are known for
Full of it. Full of crime.
What?
Surprising, like literally, you can YouTube New York crime and you'll see something every single day. Every single day.
So Central Park, yes, we had a domestic violence attack in that park, and we also had a random, I think it was an actor, got hit with a rock, but he got hit by a rock with someone on parole. My first question was, why is this person in our park on parole? The arrest was made.
People out here just throwing rocks like that in New York.
They don't want to talk about numbers. They want to talk about how they feel. How do I feel safe? So that goes to
appreciate you, J-Lo.
Reading stories about
NYC in the
how
house.
people are not getting out of jail or walking out of a courtroom. The 5-2 precinct.
Hey, let us know how you feel about the crime in y'all city, man, because this is wild. What's going on?
And the story playing all day today with the 4 guns in the apartment and drugs. Unfortunately, 6 out of 8 of them walked out of the courtroom. The community doesn't want to hear this. That makes them feel unsafe, and they say, "What is going on?"
Right. I mean, do you think sometimes there's mixed messages though coming from the mayor in the course of the same press conference? Sometimes he'll say crime's out of control, the criminals aren't afraid of cops, but then he'll say crime is down. I think it can be confusing from the outside sometimes when you see these press conferences.
Yeah, for me, I think both can be true.
Mm-hmm.
The criminals not being afraid of cops. I think it's more that they're not afraid of the consequences when you interact with cops.
Mm-hmm.
I think they still understand that if there were consequences, the cops are out there doing their job. However, there are times in which there are incidents
Mm-hmm.
that are out of control. That doesn't mean the city.
I really believe that the defund the police thing, after that happened, after Black Lives Matter happened, the defund the police movement made things worse. To be honest with you, to me, in my opinion,
Anything that should have been like increase. Should be a police officer. Otherwise, people are like not seeing somebody that looks like you arrested. Even though, oftentimes you'll get pulled. But it does make people a bit at ease.
Yeah,
at least that's the initial thought.
Like there's an Asian cop, there's a woman cop, there's a black cop, white
more
cop.
Diversity for sure. But diversity in everything.
Good, you should,
because even you yourself, like, you know what I mean, like, don't make you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you.
A safer environment for you, your family, and who blames you for wanting that? You know,
Cities out of control. You have to look back at what we inherited when the mayor came in and where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being out there on patrol and you know, just feeling, you know, like the morale was down. You know, water getting dumped on cops' heads, people looking for, you know, just a turnaround. And over the last 2 years, you see whether it's
I'm afraid of getting punched in the face by a random man, which is a trend here. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't walk on the streets of New York. That's what you're telling me, J-Lo? You can't walk on the streets of New York without being afraid to get punched in the face? This is... carry, of course, legally. You know, don't want you getting in trouble or anything, but this is wild though that you have to walk with protection.
First world country. Honestly, I feel like America. At least like certain states. Nothing about this scene in New York. You know what I mean? From like the graffiti.
Says it's trending here. Google it.
ATVs, the ghost cars, all of the work and the proactive work that the cops are doing. You can see morale is up, and you can see that the city is coming back, even though at times we still have high-profile incidents. This is New York City.
Chief Show, you and other chiefs have been pretty active on X talking about crime, news reports, op-eds. Mayor came out, said that he supports you and your post. So are you talking on behalf of the department, or is this something you feel?
I'm talking on behalf of the men and women who serve the city every day and work so hard to turn the city around. Now, we have a platform. Our department has a platform. Our team has a platform. We're not going to sit back and on a Friday night listen to someone on a talk show dismiss Detective Diller's death. We're not going to let a reporter on Easter Sunday, the day after we bury our members, put out an article that was heartless. It was probably pre-planned. We're not going to allow that. And then to double down on some of the information this person put out was false. We are not going to sit back and take this. It's a two-way street. I don't know who made the rules of social media, but we're going to start respectfully pushing back the best we can to protect our cops out there.
And you're doing that with the support of the mayor, clearly, right?
He said today, we have an opinion also. We're human beings. We have a platform, and we're going to use it to push back on anti-rhetoric from people who don't like the police. Some journalists who clearly don't like the police. So we're not going to allow you that platform to do so. And we're going to have our opinions and push back.
What do you say to the people who say maybe stay off of social media? Do you feel like it's part of your job to address that?
No, I'll say I see everything that the executive accounts put out before they go out, and I don't want to say approval, but we collaborate and we talk about all these. Anybody saying that we should stay off social media is just not caught up with the times. This is where a lot of people get their news. This is where a lot of people get their information. And when we see either misinformation or our department being talked about in a way that doesn't accurately describe us, we have to enter that space and talk about it. Who else is going to defend us? Everybody's reputation, every individual, every organization, they live off of their reputation, and we have to defend ours.
And look, I make mistakes too, and you can call me out. I'm accountable, and I'll take it. But we also try to be correct when we do it. But again, like Tariq said, we're gonna push back. Who speaks for us?
Gotcha. All right. Well,
this is the type of police officers that we need. Those that are not just trying to dictate, not just trying to abuse their power, but those that are human beings, just like the rest of us, and know how to and calm a situation down without it getting out of hand. Try to, make sure everybody goes home safe. These are the type of police that we're pushing for. The negative police, obviously, they got some bad apples in there too. They gotta go, but for the most part, we don't want to see the police defunded. Honestly, that's the last thing I want to see. I was raised to respect the police, obviously. Low key, almost fear the police, but now that I'm older, I have definitely a new type of respect for these. Know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. Let me know. That's crazy though. That's crazy. Yeah, we are just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna move on to the next subject. And one is place in Los Angeles. Big heist came out of Los Angeles this week. Took 13. Didn't notice right away, they said. Yeah, they
like
didn't.
30 mil, that's literally like
They said that they didn't notice till a couple, maybe hours or a day out. Into the video and see what.
It's being called one of the largest cash heists in LA history.
Sure is. Let's go out to Gigi Graciette in Silmar, where burglars broke into the vault of a money storage facility. They got away with a lot of money, Gigi.
And as you said, Brooke, this seems like something out of a movie, a Mission Impossible movie. Take a look at the video. This all happening here in Silmar on Easter Sunday. An estimated $30 million stolen in cash from a Silmar money storage facility. The burglars reportedly breaking in either through the side of the building or the roof and then managing to open up a vault where the cash was being stored without triggering any of the sophisticated alarms. And the
30 million.
Yo, they knew the system of it. They worked there, or they were a contractor like HVAC. Because they just know. Like,
it's way too clean. Like, for nobody to even recognize it happening is gonna have taken more than 5 minutes, but this is wild. Sure.
burglary crew was so stealth and
What would you do with $30 million though? Not the chance.
because like, how do you even? You really need to somehow get it out the states. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We literally gotta get it out the state. Then you could transfer it that. But
you can't travel.
Not any like NATO country that
like an island or something.
Somewhere extremely dangerous, but I don't think you'll be able to keep like.
That's true. You have to pay somebody to.
You're gonna have to pay a lot of people.
Million is a lot though, man. I could do so much with 30 million. It might have been worth it. I don't know.
That no one noticed the money was gone until Monday when employees opened up the vault, which showed no obvious signs of a break-in. Now, the company is Garda World. They have branches around the world and over 132,000 employees, and they specialize in cash services, which includes ATM services and armored truck transports. According to their website, some of their clients are Fortune 500 companies, even the United States federal government, along with other international government agencies. And reportedly, not everyone who works at this facility knew that much money was being stored here.
The place is pretty secured. Alarm system, they check to make sure that the alarm is set up. So, just to think that they were able to go through the security system and get away with all that money, it's a shocker.
Now, that was a Garda World employee who asked that we not identify him. Again, they managed to somehow go around that alarm system. And of course, that's something both the FBI and the LAPD are looking at right now. And of course, they always, as in most crimes, start with those closest to the crime. And that would be looking at the employees. Reporting live.
Employees, 130,000.
Yeah. Like you said, it had to be one of them. Like, at least there's one person's connected off the alarm system, maybe somebody door type of thing. Somebody got away with it. On the run, they did not get caught. 30 million. They're gonna have to make a movie about this one. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments.
What's crazy is too is I think the companies I mean, like if you deposit, have that digital crap. That company took a loss.
Not the actual,
yeah,
not the people. I mean, they're just a holding company, right? That's, hopefully they got insurance. They don't have insurance. Then they don't have insurance. Then hey, like I said, audio's going in and out a little bit. Uh-oh. Thank you for letting me know. Letting me know. Yep. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it's too quiet. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, we're going to get into the next topic. We're going to get into the next topic. And this one is we bringing it to our favorite crime city, the number one city when it comes to crime, in my opinion. Might be in Chris's or Trackle's opinion too. Chicago. Another man shot and killed in the streets of Chicago.
Foot Locker is crazy.
Getting a pair of kicks.
What should have did Amazon delivery?
Facts. Facts. You can't even get kicks. Can't even get kicks without fearing for your life in Chicago. Let's tune into the video and see what's happening in the streets. Chi-Town.
Their nonstop news. A man is dead after he was shot in front of a kid's Foot Locker in Chatham.
And now police are looking for the people they say fired shots from inside a car before speeding off. CBS 2's SL Razai is live at the scene right now. Good morning, SL.
Recording?
Yeah, good morning, Dana Mugo. I'll show you exactly what the aftermath looks like here this morning. You'll see the front windows of this kid's Foot Locker are boarded up, and there's another one around the corner that's boarded up as well. Damage left behind by the bullets that came flying in this direction. We heard on police radio calls that the victim was a security guard at this Foot Locker. We're working to confirm that information. Here's video of the scene last night. You can see those windows that were hit, shattered glass covering the front of this store. Evidence markers on.
Damn, it wasn't even like somebody that was beefing with the person. It was a security guard that got shot. Hey, dude was just doing his job. Dude was just doing his job. Works in that kid's Foot Locker.
Kids.
A kid's Foot Locker. So there's probably kids in the Foot Locker trying to get some kicks with their parents in there. And they all you hear is just a bunch of bullets flying through the window.
On the ground as police could be seen investigating here. The shooting happening just before 7:30 last night. This is at 87th and Cottage Grove. It's a busy intersection with lots of retail stores. Police say a 29-year-old man was getting into his car when a blue sedan pulled up. Multiple unknown suspects firing from inside of that car. That 29-year-old man shot in the face and twice in the lower body before those suspects sped off. It's possible the suspects were shooting towards the store as they were driving down 87th Street. As officers were seen putting evidence markers on the street there, we're told the victim was taken to the hospital, initially in critical condition and later pronounced dead.
It's 87 in Cottage Grove, 87 in Cottage Grove, male shot in the parking lot.
Just for the info, our victim's going to be the security guard here at Foot Locker.
And just a few months ago, right before Christmas, we know a different security guard was shot and killed confronting shoplifters just on the other side of this building in this same shopping center. People who work in this area telling me hearing about another shooting is concerning, to say the least. As far as last night's shooting, police say no one is in custody and their investigation continues. I'm live in chat.
They're down that bad in Chicago.
Get the boarded up thing in the back though.
Yeah, hold up. I'll put it back up. That's where the shots went through. That's where the shots went through. It's real sad out there, honestly. It's real sad out there in the streets of Chicago. Can't go shopping. Can't do your job. Can't be a police officer or security guard without your life being threatened by some gang members trying to catch a body. Chicago, man, when is it gonna stop?
Same.
When is it gonna stop, Chicago? Y'all are known for this. At this point, we gonna have this conversation or not? This is bad. This is sad. And I'm guessing that they're not gonna really find these people anytime soon. I'm guessing because a lot of the murders
It's a
go
cold case, yeah.
You know, a lot of them go unsolved. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got to do better, people. We got to do better. We praying for the families that lost their loved one. Hopefully they get justice, man. Have anything to say about it? Nah. Hey, it's sad, man. It's sad. We're gonna get into the next video though, man. Got to do better out here in the crime world, man. There's no reason for us to be doing this to each other, man. No reason. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below, though. I really like to know your thoughts about it. And yeah, we're gonna get into the next one. We're bringing this is an older video that I found, but I posted a video not too long ago, and it was talking about Trump coming to the Black Conservative Federation. And I got a bunch of comments under that video. And they were just saying, like, yo, Black people are conservative? Since when?
They've always been conservative.
Exactly.
And because you're conservative doesn't mean you're Republican. I think that's just the thing. It's like you could be conservative and be liberal.
You can be. You can be.
Or at least a Democrat, right? But being conservative is more like an ideal or like a lifestyle in a way. You're just like, what are your thoughts and like how do you think about the world? But it has nothing to do with the political party essentially.
Exactly.
But in some cases they do align. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. More conservative people or values is on the Republican side more than the Democratic side. But it's true. It's true. I mean, I was shocked. I was like, why do people think that Black people aren't conservative? They can't have those type of values, you know? It's weird. But hey, let's tune into the video and see what's going on in the conservative world of Black people. Let's tune in.
Traitors. That's what their haters call them. So they retreat here, a secret group chat with other supposed sellouts. But they didn't commit a crime. They're just Black Trump supporters. And this is their coming out party.
I'm gathering this is kind of a judgment-free zone. Everyone can kind of just be themselves. And
I think it confuses some people. They see Black people walking around with MAGA hats, and they're probably like, do they like know what they're in line for?
Kalasia, Charisse, and Anthony bonded on social media. They're here in DC to finally meet others like them in person. As a biracial woman, I know exactly what it feels like to be misunderstood by your own people. So that's why I came here, to find out why everyone acts like Black conservatives don't exist. This is the nonprofit behind this meetup, Turning Point USA. They promote conservative values on college campuses. And you might know it because of them, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens.
There is nothing more American than being Black in this country.
But today, the crowd is here to see someone else.
Who in this room wants to be president someday?
President Trump's approval rating among African Americans hovers around 14%. In here, though, it's off the charts.
The African American unemployment rate has hit the lowest level ever recorded in the history of our country.
This is a
By the way, very quick, I gotta say this. This is an older video, so those numbers are actually much higher now.
At least double.
Yeah, if not double, maybe even triple, honestly. Those numbers are way higher.
theme.
African American unemployment has reached its lowest rate ever recorded.
So
Trump deserves credit for his role in maintaining low black unemployment
he
levels.
don't care how
It's
he
been
speaks.
steadily declining since before he got to Washington. But beyond that, the picture looks a little different. The median net worth of black families is 10 times lower than white families. The gap between black and white home ownership is growing, and black college graduates still make
So people don't realize it's about values. Like no one in the black community, like I mean, like a majority of time, like on average, you're not gonna go to like like the average black kid and be like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're gonna hear something like that's a fact, that's like that shocks you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be exactly what you expect. It's just gonna be like
it's true.
And then when you ask them, when you like, yo, like, why don't you want to be an astronaut? Why don't you study something in engineering?
Yeah.
They're gonna look at you like you have 5 different heads.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the white community, in the Asian community, those things are like, their pride and their priority. And people like at the age of 3 and stuff, like those communities, they have their kids already focused and locked in on like becoming the best version of themselves. Meanwhile, like in the black community, it's really just like, oh, as long as you get a job, that's what it matters. But to other people, it matters how much money they make and how far they are is way more.
That's the thing that a lot of black people are missing, and
zero accountability for sure.
Exactly. Like they focus on STEM 100% in other communities. Black people, though,
we should
prioritize
STEM for sure.
We'd rather be rappers
or just like sports, like, and I think it's because people don't want to do like the hard work, or obviously sports is difficult, but people don't realize that like school's not that hard.
It's not.
It's really,
if you put in the time,
you could easily make 6 figures from focusing in school than becoming like an elite athletic, because that being good in math or science is something that you put hard work into, but being extremely good in sport, oftentimes you just need a talent.
You got to be talented.
And that's not something that you could work on. Like you could perfect your craft, but you need to be talented in the first place.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
significantly less than white college graduates.
We got Dexter in the chat.
This is bigger than just the economy.
Before even becoming a conservative, I started to feel like I was a victim. But once I got out of that victim mentality, I actually started thriving.
My biggest pet peeve is when people say, we've made no progress since slavery. Are you kidding me? A lot of what I heard today was the narrative that Democrats really don't care about Black people.
We sit in these really bad, dilapidated, broken communities. Democrat policies have continuously been implemented, and they have not worked.
Welfare reform is on the president's to-do list. And this gets to the core of conservatism, that liberal policies unintentionally do more harm than good. After LBJ created social programs like food stamps and Medicare in the 60s, the rate of Black economic progress actually slowed down. They made progress, but not as quickly as in the 5 years before these programs started. Still, there are far fewer Black people in poverty today than there were back then. But even if conservatives are right about welfare holding folks back, sometimes Trump makes things complicated.
After Charlottesville, when he said there were fine people on both sides, do you think that was racist?
No one likes to see Nazis parading around singing Blood and Soil. That could have been handled a lot better.
Trump sometimes says things in the wrong way. I never feel like he's personally attacking the Black community.
Not all Black conservatives agree. We met up with Quadricos Driscoll. He's a Republican who teaches religion and politics at GW.
You know what? That's like the weirdest thing about liberals, where they think like everybody needs to be like a virus where you go this way and then I have to follow you blindly. It's like the conservative movement is about everybody having their own opinion and their own judgment. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you don't need to agree with Trump on everything he says. You don't need to agree with what the next conservatives say 100%. Don't make you're agreeing with somebody 100%. Like, you know, you're no longer thinking for yourself. And who the fuck wants to live like that?
Yeah, a bunch of bots is on the,
like,
the liberal
so
side.
Weird.
Honestly,
I hate when like you have like echo chambers. Like, you know what I mean? Just like I need different thoughts, because it's like, what if I'm the one that's crazy? Like, I need people to tell me when I'm like going off course. Like,
yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of things that Trump says that you're obviously you can't agree with, but for the most part, like you still gotta. I'm still listening. I'm still listening, and I'm pretty much taking the meat and I'm spitting out the bones. Pause.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. no Diddy.
I think it's fair to call Trump a racist.
I think it's fair to call Trump racist. Yes, how I define racism is about power structures that prevent access to certain things. And so when we look at his policies,
looking dapper though.
You see him looking
it falls in line.
I not even tucked in.
Why do you think we see such vitriol coming from other members of the Black community directed at people within this young Black conservative movement?
That is one thing I never agreed with. Black conservatives aren't going away.
He's right. This
But you
is
see
some
that, right?
new trend.
He's a conservative,
Then why are there so many
not
culturally conservative African Americans who
He's
don't
still
vote
Republican.
Republican?
There's a difference.
Well,
Yes.
it goes back to the end of slavery when Black people did vote red. But just as they became Republican leaders in the 1930s, Hoover's administration kicked them out to appeal to Southern racists. It's when Roosevelt's New Deal came along that minorities saw a chance to turn their misfortunes around. And when Republican presidential nominee Barry Goldwater opposed the Civil Rights Act, that's when many Black voters switched to loyal Democrats.
Oh, well, that's a little history lesson on why a lot of Black people vote Democrat then. Because we had a sucky Republican president like him. It makes sense now. It makes sense.
But here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black people used to lead and they used to have a voice in the Republican Party before that one example, right? 1 year or like 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any Black Democrat leaders, like true leaders, that's not being like, that has a string that's being manipulated. And Obama does not count.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's mulatto.
Yeah,
Obama, you know what I mean?
Hussein.
He's not Black.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's just as Black as he is white. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. That's
We
why he
never
got in
had
there.
a Black president. Like,
He doesn't Black.
He doesn't share any Muslim values or any Black values for that.
Yeah.
If anything, he made rules that made Muslims look bad and bombed them like crazy.
Yeah.
And then he made Black people look bad because he always would do this thing where he tried to school Black people and try to like, but it's just like, dude, you're speaking from the voice of the master. Like, you're not actually like telling people how to be better. What you're saying is like, oh yeah, do Obamacare.
Yeah.
And then
live off the government.
And then you're forced into it, right? You're not allowed to say you don't want insurance, but it's like, you should have a choice. This is a free country.
Yes.
Why, when it comes to your program, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
That should show you how authoritarian that guy was.
He made a lot of money off of that movement too.
And then it's like, oh, during tax season, you as a Black person, if you didn't fall for my trick, I will be taken out of your taxes and you'll be penalized.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it was just like a penalty for not going with Obamacare or like feeding some other sucker insurance companies. It's like, for what? If you're perfectly healthy, for what?
That doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. Like, why he was kind of a sellout to me.
He was
a sellout.
He was.
I'm not gonna say he was the worst president ever.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But
nothing can beat Biden freaking Clinton's.
Yeah. Clinton's bad.
Like, no one can beat
I was
that.
young at that time, bro.
Dude, Bush and all his freaking family of like, dude literally has everybody in his freaking bloodline trying to run for president. It's like, get the fuck out of here. This is not the UK.
That's how they got so much of a grip on it. Well, that's how they got a grip over there on the Democratic side. The Kennedys, it was all up in there.
Yeah, it's like, yo, back up.
Hey.
But you know what's crazy though? They're all still related except for Trump, and that's why they hate him.
Yeah, Trump.
They're like the family tree. You ever seen it? All the presidents are related.
In some type of way, for
yes,
real?
they're blood related. Every single one, including Obama. Yes.
Really?
Yo.
I mean,
Every
if
president.
we all came from one person, that would make sense.
No. I'll show you later. But yeah, they each are connected or like run in the same circle, as well.
So that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's one big family. When you look at things, that's why you see like I don't know if you noticed that, but Clinton and Biden and Trump, Obama, always together. The best friends.
That's true. All three of them.
Yeah.
All three of them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've realized Bernie Sanders, he supports them, but he don't rock with them like that.
Yeah, because Bernie, for like he's cool people. It's just his ideas are costly. Like he's calling for free everything. But it's like that means more government control.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't rock with them because progressives and liberals, they have different ideals. But sometimes progressives are more democratic, but they have different ideals on how things should be.
I don't like it because to me it's like if you don't agree with them, they kind of push you to the side type of thing.
They do it loud too. They're always the loudest in the room. It's like it's never like I'm gonna disagree with you with proof. It's like I'm just gonna be louder than you.
Yeah.
And throw some insults at you.
It's like try to cancel you, get you
like,
fired, whatever I can do to win this without letting the people know that I'm actually lying to them. You know, crazy. Let's finish.
Being a Black conservative, you kind of feel like you're the only one.
People have been really crazy, especially Black people. I had some people tell me to bleach my skin, kill myself. You're a coon. You're Uncle Tom.
It's like one thing to be called those things by like white people when it's within your own community.
No one hates Black people like Black people. Like those are not white people saying that.
No, that's a fact.
Which is the craziest thing.
Yo, coon is a huge one, bro. I
Dr. Umar loves it.
Oh, the Pan-African. Yo, coon is a huge one, bro.
Your own kind.
They'll say
it's like, oh, you know what? Agree with me? It's like, dude, we're not supposed to agree with each other. We're supposed to have our own opinion.
Exactly. Just because I disagree with you, don't mean that you know, I could call you dirt. We just disagree.
And then there's Kanye. You didn't think we'd forget about him, did you? Before his fallout with Candace Owens, people here appreciated the visibility he lent to the cause and the MAGA hat.
This is our president.
I noticed on your Twitter you had that post about wearing your MAGA hat for the first time.
Yes, which was yesterday. It's giving me courage to stand up for what I believe in.
Here's the thing about the hat. When these guys wear it, it's an act of defiance that says we're not Democrats and we are not invisible. Look, people are messy, too messy for the simple little boxes society wants to put us in. And if someone doesn't fit, it's becoming much easier to dismiss the unknown rather than try to understand it.
America is right. I'm crazy for saying this, but you notice how everyone that was in there, every Black person that was in there looked like they have a future, if that makes sense.
Yes. Absolutely.
You didn't see any tattoos or anything crazy. Like no one was being violent or speaking in a form of way where you like do something uneducated. It was just like
no hood rats. No hood rats, no pookies.
It just tells you a lot on like
honestly.
But there is also like proof, like studies of that where it shows as you get more money or get wiser, you do become more likely to be conservative.
It's true. It's true.
Because the only people that really goes with the Democrat Party is people that's expecting free shit.
That's true. Honestly, the Democrat Party is known for handing out a lot of stuff.
That comes out of hardworking people. Not they think it comes out on thin air, but it's like someone has to pay for it.
Someone does, and it's always the taxpayers. It's always us, the people, and we complain our taxes go up, and then we still vote the same way. But you know, that's life. That's life. But you got a good point there. None of those people look like they was listening to Sexy Red. They wasn't listening to Cardi B. It looked like they was listening to more like, you know, maybe John Legend or let's see another calm artist that is not too out there, and you know, Taylor Swift or I don't even want to say Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift's a lefty, I think.
Yeah.
She's a lefty, yeah. Not Taylor Swift. More conservative music. You know, not the violent stuff we hear every single day.
killing people.
Yeah,
drugs.
I heard Vice President Kamala Harris had a party at her house, and she invited a bunch of HBCU members, right? And
she's such a weirdo.
You know she is.
She's Indian one day, black another,
Yes.
white another, whatever is convenient. She's a chameleon.
She's a chameleon.
I don't got time for that shit.
She's definitely.
I've never heard her once open her mouth and say something intellectual.
Me either.
Have you ever heard her say anything like intelligent?
I've been waiting for the longest time.
What does she do?
She's supposed to be the border czar, and she's supposed to deal with women's rights. Obviously,
how's that working out?
Borders crisis.
What about the women's right? I feel like women's rights been being taken away ever since she got
that too. They got men coming into women's sports, taking over, and she's pushing for it. Yo. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's backwards, but you know, this is our vice president, ladies and gentlemen. This is our vice president. Let us know how you guys feel about that down below in the comments. I'd really like to know how you guys feel about that one. Black conservatives. There's a lot of us. I am one of them. I'm going to say it proudly. I am a conservative. I might not be one of those violent conservatives that, that would storm the Capitol, but I for sure am conservative. I'm conservative. But let us know again how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. We're gonna get into the next topic. We got 2 more topics to go, man. We're a little bit over an hour, so we're gonna try to get out of here. Y'all know how I like to do it. We keep it around an hour, a little bit after that. But yeah, we gonna finish up these last 2 videos and get this thing going. I know y'all heard about New York and its earthquake, so just wanted to go over that on the channel. I mean, there's not much to really say about it because it's been happened already. This is a couple days now. It's been happened. 2 days, right? Yeah. So I just wanted to give my thoughts, and Track will give his thoughts on it. And shoot, we'll see if the world is coming to an end or not in New York. Let's tune into the video.
And millions are still talking about the rare 4.8 magnitude earthquake that hit near New York City yesterday morning. It shook buildings and really surprised residents, but thankfully left little damage. Here's Bradley Blackburn with the very latest.
From coffee shops to couches and in front of live cameras.
Is this an earthquake? Yo!
Millions near New York City were unsettled yesterday by a rare East Coast earthquake.
We saw the buildings moving and everything, though. It was kind of scary.
At Yankee Stadium, center field bounced during batting practice, and the Statue of Liberty rattled.
This is one of the largest earthquakes on the.
Can we acknowledge that pitch?
There's no way he's gonna say that was the earthquake.
We just acknowledge this.
Stadium center field bounced during batting practice.
Yo, that one was off, bruh. It might have been. Maybe he was off, but maybe I don't know. That looked crazy.
And the Statue of Liberty rattled.
This is one of the largest earthquakes on the East Coast occur in the last century.
The quake hit at 10:23 in the morning and was felt throughout the region, from Boston to Philadelphia.
Did you feel that? Did you feel it?
Officials issued a temporary ground stop at several airports and began checking infrastructure for damage. Experts said the quake wasn't powerful enough to pose a threat to most buildings.
The main force, especially for tall buildings in New York, is wind, not earthquake. As long as they last through a windy day, there's no problem if especially a small earthquake like the one today happens.
On Broadway,
there's no problem if an earthquake happens. Is she crazy? Is she crazy? If another earthquake was to happen and it was a little bit more powerful, the whole of New York is going down. That's like buildings on top of buildings.
They need a proper earthquake again.
A good one. That will take them.
9.0 will have all type of shit falling.
Yo, like the one in Tawan that just happened. You heard about
The
that
one in
one,
Haiti
right?
too.
Haiti,
Yeah,
yep.
it had things looking crazy. I do actually want to see a good earthquake against New York and see how good the buildings are.
Yo, that would be worse than 9/11. It would be worse.
A lot of tall buildings will be falling.
Exactly.
But it could also, be like if it survived, it would show like the talent in New York too for the construction.
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't want to be.
I mean, she believes the wind is much more of a danger. I wonder.
That's crazy too. That's crazy because if you're up 20 stories, 30 stories in the sky, then yeah, that's kind of scary to feel some strong wind pushing the building. I wouldn't want to be in New York right now, at least.
This shop was printing up T-shirts almost as soon
Migrant.
as the shaking stopped, declaring, "I survived the NYC earthquake."
We just thought it would be kind of
no. 25.99.
Yeah, how did so quick?
Quick. Yeah, real quick. That's a smart guy. Whoever came up with this, whoever, guy or woman, well played. Well played.
we just thought it would be kind of a joke to put in the window.
The epicenter was actually 40 miles from New York City, near Reading.
I survived New York. It's been all over TikTok where people are like, they show like their like pillow off the couch and like, oh, look at the damage. And people in the comments are like, we're praying for you. I hope you can rebuild.
Yo. Oh my gosh.
Because it's literally a joke. It's like people are making like acting like it was like a serious earthquake. Like 4.8 is not.
They were.
Maybe to an island, but
yeah. No, as soon as it happened, like people were hitting my phone. I was at work.
Yeah.
People were hitting my phone. People ran into the office like, yo, New York just had an earthquake. I'm like, what? Anybody die? That's the first thing I ask all the time. Anybody die? Like, no, it wasn't that strong. I was like, okay, we're good then. Life continues.
There's a lot of earthquake currently though.
Yeah.
With the eclipse.
Yeah. Taiwan literally had one a couple of days ago too. And a lot of people actually died in that one.
Was there a tsunami?
I don't know if it was a tsunami too, but I definitely heard it was an earthquake. Let's continue.
To New Jersey, the quake damaged a historic site dating back to the Revolutionary War. In Newark, New Jersey, a handful of homes were evacuated due to structural damage. The USGS says there's a risk of small aftershocks for up to a week. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Praying for the people in New York, man. Luckily, nobody died, man.
Yeah. It's becoming more and more like California, I swear to God.
Yeah. They said that we swapped sides pretty much with California. They're getting snow now. We get the earthquakes. That's what happened. Hopefully, we don't get any more anytime soon, but that's the life we live in, huh?
Strange.
World's coming to an end, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about that down in the comments below. I would love to know.
Elon needs to hurry the fuck up.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Neuralink guy? He got his first ever patient.
There's something last night too. Emily was telling me about. Mm-hmm. But what happened with Neuralink?
The first ever patient got the Neuralink chip inside him, and he says
he's chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
is he getting the benefits yet?
He was paralyzed, alright. So
wait, he was paralyzed. Now he's not paralyzed.
He's still paralyzed,
but he can. What's new?
I guess he just thinks a lot quicker.
Bro's ChatGPT.
Yes. He literally is using ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that though.
No lie.
Respectfully,
that it sounds fire. It does.
But I'm like, there was the best. Bro just got ADHD.
Oh shoot. Yo, shout outs to him though. He first guy to do it. And
you gotta have balls.
You gotta have some real balls to do that.
MGH last night did a first operation on. They gave a kidney from a pig to a person.
Really?
Yeah, a person currently is walking around just like chilling.
Wow, with a pig?
Liver. Yeah.
Liver or kidney?
One of them.
One of the two?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't think animal tissue.
It was modified, but still.
Okay. Animal organs can go into human organs. That's different. That is different. It's like recent?
Yeah, it happened last night where they put out the statement. I'll look it up for it.
All right.
But yeah, I thought that was like the craziest thing ever to affect that. But also scary, you know, because people might just try to like a horse dick.
A horse dick.
Yo. If we're swapping parts, keep one in the freezer. You know what I mean?
Whip it out on special occasions.
You're like, hey doc, how much this gonna cost me?
Oh my god. Oh wow. Yeah. I don't know about that one, man. Jesus. That's a good one though. Wow. That would be different if people start doing that junk, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You got me tearing up in here, man. Shit.
Are you trying to look it up?
Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is wild, man. That is wild. Hey, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream, man. I appreciate y'all viewership. You know, love you guys. We're trying out something new today. Like I said, I'm at my friend's house, my dear brother, and he has got his own little podcast studio. So I will definitely pin his YouTube channel down in the description below so you guys can follow him eventually. And yeah, we're doing something a little different. This is I don't know how often we're gonna get to do this, you know, because we both have very busy lives, but this was an amazing show so far. And make sure you guys leave a like if you guys are rocking with me, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and the notification bells so you guys can tune in and see us, or me, sorry, in real time, and have a conversation with me, go over these videos. We got one more topic to do. Oh, that's the okay. We got one more topic to do, and we gonna get out the way. This one I found it just fell on my lap somehow. It fell on my lap. And yeah, you see the title. He sees the title already, so he knows what it's about. You guys don't know yet, but this is it. The title of this video is called "I Slept with 300 People and My Parents Approve It."
Parents is crazy. I thought it was just one.
Parents. Both. Love, don't judge. That is a theme.
What's the love?
Like spread love, don't judge me type of thing.
The love or diseases?
A bunch of diseases. A bunch. 300 people
She's not spreading love.
She's spreading her legs. Let's tune into the video, y'all. See what's happening out here in these streets. We definitely gonna judge.
This is Annie. She fell in love with.
People judge me because I slept with 300 people last year. I get a lot of judgment from a lot of different people. You're just a few years away from clinical depression. Nothing empowering about this, just makes you look easy and an STD catcher, being chased by thirsty little boys.
Today, Annie's friend Alex will be sharing her thoughts on her mate's escapades.
I did wonder, how are you sort of safe with all of the guys that you have been with the last year?
I'm Annie. People judge me because I slept with 300 people last year, but I don't care. I first started doing spicy content in 2020. It was during COVID. I saw some girls on TikTok talking about all the money they were making, and I thought, that sounds pretty easy. It's now been 4 years, and I absolutely love it. When I first started, I was earning about $9,000 a month, and now I earn about $250,000 a month.
The parents just care about money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of there's 365 days in a year. And she slept with 300 people in 1 year.
Yeah, do better.
She was trying to go for the whole record. One a day for the whole year. Yo, this is yeah. This is somebody's daughter, man.
So right now I'm just setting up my stage, I guess, for my job. I'm pretty simple when it comes to filming content. I like to just use my tripod, and I like to keep things pretty personal, kind of like the girlfriend experience, nothing too crazy. Yeah, ready to go. I first started being open about my sex life online, or maybe 9 months ago. And I honestly was just sharing it for fun. Then I was just like sharing my sexual experiences because I thought it was good to break the stigma of women being sexual. And then over time, people started really enjoying my content. So I started deciding to like set myself goals. And that's when I came up with the 300 people in a year. And yeah, the most that I've slept with in a day is
goals, relationship goals, life goals, sleep with as much people as I can in a year. Yay. Shout outs to the feminist movement.
Is 5. I find a lot of the people that I sleep with on dating apps or in real life, the guys that I've met so far, I wouldn't say that I would see myself being with them long term. But if I do find the right person along my journey, then that's something that I would definitely consider. I've had like very mixed reactions to my sleeping with 300 people in a year. Some people have been super supportive, like, go girl, you do you, slay. And then I've had the majority of people judging me, saying that I'm riddled with STIs and that I'm not safe and that I'm disgusting. I think that there's definitely a stigma with women being sexual as opposed to men. I think people accept men as being sexual beings, whereas women...
I would have stood judge.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been like, bro.
Yeah. We had to stop that right away because 300 in a year is crazy.
Yeah. No matter who you are, you're getting judged.
Girl or boy.
But, you know, like, of course, it's much harsher on women, but
yes.
300, you don't get a say.
No. Even if you was saying 50 is like still a lot.
Yeah, 50 people.
That's a lot of people. I can't believe this is actually happening out here in these streets.
Men are seen as non-sexual beings, which is incorrect. Whenever I post something on Instagram, I definitely get berated in the comments. Here are just a few of the comments that I tend to get. Really? Like, really? Is that all you can boast about? What a sad life. You must be living. Grow a few years old and most of these desperate people will stop coming and giving you money. You're just a few years away from clinical depression. Nothing empowering about this, just makes you look easy. And an STD catcher, being chased by thirsty little boys. The body is good, but the head not so much. As plain Jane trying to be hot with makeup. What a warped mentality. Definitely was dropped as a baby or abused by an uncle.
Yeah.
I honestly don't let the judgment that I get online really bother me that much. Sometimes I laugh at it because I think it's hilarious. When you do what I do for work, you have to have a thick skin. When I first started doing adult content, my friends and family were definitely concerned. They were worried about my future, also worried about the hate that I was getting online. I'm about to call mum and see what she thinks about my love life. When I first told her about what I do, well, technically I didn't tell her. She found out through a news article on Facebook and she was very shocked. It wasn't the best way for her to find out. Hey, Mum. What did you think when I first told you about the content that I make?
Well, you didn't tell me. I was online and there was a newspaper and I thought, why is my Annie in the newspaper? So I started reading and I didn't know what OF was and it took me a little while to accept.
Did you have any reservations and if so, what were they?
Yes, of course I did. My first concern was that you would reach a certain age, and what would you do afterwards? But of course, you've proven again that you know exactly what you're doing, and I don't have any concerns anymore.
What are your thoughts on the number of guys that I slept with?
Mother doesn't have any concern about how much guys this girl's sleeping with.
Because she's living her mother's dreams.
Think so?
And the father's a simp, so that's why he's like, oh yeah, that's crazy.
Father's definitely a simp. But
yeah, definitely living the mother's dreams. Oftentimes, daughters and mothers are related, or they share characteristics.
That's true. That is true. She's getting paid for it, so the mother's probably like, maybe it's not so bad for her to be sleeping with these much men,
Last year.
All I can say is I know you very well, and I feel like you know what you're doing. Perhaps you're trying to show that a woman can have control of what she does in her life, that she can say no, she can say yes. Consent is such an issue at the moment. Maybe it's not bad for men to see that a woman can make decisions about herself.
I like that.
So would the child sex stop you?
The world like a man doesn't contribute as much. I'm gonna sleep with. It's like
as much men as I want.
It's like what?
That's women's empowerment.
Like that's
not women empowerment. That's not male empowerment. That's just
delinquent behavior. That's not.
Yeah,
it's nothing to be proud of or empowering.
It's not empowering because you make money. If they didn't make money, they wouldn't be doing this.
And she's making money off like people's depression. None of those men are okay in their head.
No.
Not a single one of them. Like
no. It's sad what's going on.
Doing what you do?
No, I don't think they ever would. I mean, I'm just doing my own thing. I've been dealing with hate now for probably 3 years since I started my spicy page. Mum, would you ever want to change what I do for a living?
I want you to choose what you do in life. I trust you. Whatever you choose to do, I'll be there for you.
Aww. All right, Mum, I've got to go now, but I love you.
That's the wrong answer. Right away. I'm saying, hell no. You ain't doing this. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it from happening.
I mean, the thing is, one doesn't just simply wake up and decide this shit. So the mother probably just raised her the wrong.
That's it.
Wrong morals, wrong ideals. But, she is an adult, so it can't be the parents' fault.
Now. But
the way you raise your kids do matter.
It does. She was probably very, very free to do whatever she wanted growing up. And this is the results of it. Now, body's all over the internet. Protect your kids.
Oh, love you so much.
Bye, Mum. I am just getting some drinks prepared because my friend Alex is coming over.
My name is Alex. I'm 33 years old. I am one of Annie's close friends. We actually lived together last year.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you?
What do you mean?
What did you think when you first heard about my content creating?
I think I was a little bit shocked and surprised at first, the way I had found out about it. We had only been living together for about a month.
Yeah, literally.
So, I kind of understand that you wouldn't want to just come out and say it.
It was also an awkward thing to just come out and say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But after you told me about it, I was totally fine with it.
How did you feel once you found out about all the guys I'd been with last year?
I think because initially the way that I found out about it was from an Instagram post, which did surprise me a little bit. But then when I approached you about it, it was really good. There was probably a little bit of a side to me that I think safety issues. Like I did wonder how you sort of safe with
all of the guys that you have been with the last year? I feel like I'm very safe when it comes to it because obviously with my work I have to be, because if I were to film with other creators, you can only film with creators if you're clean, because we do like full STI checks every 2 weeks, and obviously practice like using protection, like condoms, etc. So I feel like I do it very well, but obviously there's always risk, and so I get that. I get where you're coming from.
Do you ever worry about what people?
A year later, like you start having sometimes no symptoms at all, but it might show up like every 2 weeks doesn't really. 6 months I believe now because things are much better. That's why like in a lab if there's issues you gotta keep testing for 6 months out. So every 2 weeks doesn't mean shit.
Yo, these niggas is wild, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's diseases that doesn't show up that quickly, so
it's not even worth it. I have to get checked every 2 weeks just to some cheeks. I don't get it. Why don't you just settle down with one person and y'all do y'all thing for the rest of your life? Like that, to constantly have other people every other day. Ugh.
I mean, she's messed up in the head though, because you can't be with that many people and be normal. Like, it does play with your psyche.
Yes,
a lot.
Yes,
like how you view people. Like you don't.
She probably looks at every man as a dildo. No lie.
Yeah, she doesn't see the person.
Yeah,
she just sees like a tool essentially.
Pretty much. That's crazy. Crazy.
Think it only bothers me what my close friends and family think. Everyone outside of that, I could not care less.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go get drinks. Do you want to go get ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
That drinks right there.
So, do you usually approach a guy that you like the look of, or do you wait for them to approach you?
I feel like I definitely do a little bit of both. Like if I see a guy that I like, I'll approach him and maybe like do it at the bar so it's more casual. Yeah. But otherwise, I feel like I'll just let them approach me.
Yeah.
You know, might give them the eyes from across the room, and then they'll come over. And yeah.
And what about your handbag? What kind of things would you put in your handbag for a night out?
Definitely a condom. Always got to be safe.
Yes.
Maybe two,
Safe,
just in case.
Yes.
And then just my makeup and my ID. Yeah, I'm set to go.
Great.
Yeah. In the future, I am hoping next year to hit.
She's not even expecting the pay. No, these fucking simps, man.
No, they're bad out there too, and that's a problem with some of these men too.
I'll come hang out with her and run up a tab and dip.
Get a couple of drinks.
Be like, yo, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Go make that waiter or waitress be a simp.
Well, every other man in there is
make one of them cover it. That's insane.
Waiting their turn. Oh my gosh, man.
She did not say her wallet. She just says my makeup and we good. Makeup and ID. That's it.
You can see, right, how she doesn't really like express it. She doesn't tell anybody right off the bat. She's kind of still secretive about this stuff. But she's making it seem like, I love to do this. This is my job, but I don't want to be out in the open about it. Because you know what time it is. People's going to talk about you.
I mean, no one's going to look at her often and think any different.
That's true.
Like, you look at her, you just see, like, just dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could tell there's like not much going on, and the guys are attracted to those or should be on like an FBI list. You know what I mean? Because if like I don't know, when I think of like an attractive woman, I think more of like what they have, like that
mentally.
Yeah, mentally. Like, can they hold a conversation? Do they have anything like interesting to say? I don't see like idiot and just be like,
oh yeah,
yeah, like
that's the one. No, that's women's empowerment right there. A woman that can go to school, can work, can cook, can clean, can fend for herself. That's women's empowerment. A woman that sells her body.
It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. There's nothing empowering about selling your body.
No, it's prostitution.
600 in a year. So we'll see how we go this year. And then maybe that's my next year's challenge. I would say to people who judge women for their sex lives, what's the difference between a man sleeping with 5 people in a day and a woman sleeping with 5 people in a day? I don't understand why when a man does it, they celebrate him and they think he's a legend. But when a woman does it, we're called names and ridiculed and made fun of. It's just not fair. The advice that I'd give to other women who want to explore their sexuality would be just go for it. Don't worry about other people's judgment. You don't have to put it out there on the internet like I do. And I'm trying to beat the stigma around women being.
Her giving advice is as bad as Fresh and Fit giving advice.
Facts, bruh. Facts. I don't understand why people listen to Fresh and Fit too. Like,
bro's a deadbeat.
Yes, you heard the conversation. You heard it, right?
Like, yo, I knew they were idiots, but like a deadbeat dad is crazy.
He said, "I'm not taking care of the kid,"
and he was the same idiot that was talking about getting vasectomies and shit like that.
Yo.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so disgusting. It's like, why would you tell a man to get a vasectomy? It's the same thing as telling a woman to get like a BBL. It's like, you should not be getting surgeries for shit.
Yeah, just to have sex, unprotected sex. Like, oh no,
that's just, oh my god.
We'll see. Let's got a couple more seconds. Let's see what else you got to say. Hopefully,
being sexual, and honestly, like I feel amazing. It really is one of the best things I've ever done. So highly recommend.
Yeah,
highly recommend is crazy.
Highly. Yo, she's trying to go for 600 next year, bro.
And it just says, what's the after that? Like 900 or
1200? Oh my God. The world is nuts, y'all. The world is nuts. Protect your kids. Make sure you check on your kids and talk to your kids. Raise them the right way. That is the message I want to bring to y'all.
VPNs and stuff like that. Check the Wi-Fi. Make sure it can't even go on anything strange.
Yeah. Check the phones. Make sure the parental controls is on. Like, all the above. Just so she won't or he won't turn out like an OnlyFans chick.
A weirdo.
Like, this is wild stuff. Wild stuff. But you know, some of y'all simps like it. We gonna come for y'all one day too. Just watch out. Simps, y'all time is coming. Y'all time is coming. We cannot allow this behavior to be happening out here on the streets. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all viewership, man. It's been a wonderful show.
It has been.
It's been a wonderful show, man. We almost hit an hour and 40 minutes. It's one of the longest shows I've had in a while. So, shout outs to Traco, my guy, for letting us come and do the live in his studio. And you got anything else to say before we get out of here?
That's it.
I got you. Hey, make sure you guys follow him. I'll put his stuff down in the description below. Until next time, man, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and enjoy the rest of y'all evening. It was live. And now we out of here. I love you guys. Until next time. Peace.